Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. What's happening with you?
Nothing much. Just waiting to get into this latest episode, which mm, didn't leave much of an impression on me, to be honest.
No, it didn't. Except for the very last with the luau, because I like the theme and the decor. Um, well, anyway, we'll get into that. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please give us a thumbs up just because we asked you to. Today, we are reviewing The Real Housewives of Dallas, Season 5, Episode 11. I think the title of this episode was Mommy Dearest. And the reason why I say I think is because for some reason on my Comcast grid, it didn't give a show name.
Really?
Yeah, I had to find it online afterwards when I was doing the thumbnail. So if it's not correct, forgive me. The beginning of the episode was kind of boring for me because they were talking about the what's her name, Tiffany's birthday party from last week, which was also kind of a snooze fest, and encouraging Deandra to go and talk with her mom because they had the fight at the party. What I did like was the part with Stephanie with the reveal of the locker rooms. I did like that. That was really nice, seeing a different side of her. And then seeing her in comparison to Brandy, who she also had on the trip. Stephanie's grown so much on this show, whereas I feel Brandy has regressed.
Of course.
It's a shame. It's a shame. But then again, I guess their kids are different ages, right?
Right. The kids are, I think some are around the same age, but then I thought they were all around the same age, actually.
Oh! See, I was cutting Brandy some slack because she has like babies.
But I think her oldest daughter is what, 10 or 11?
Oh, well, there goes that. Never mind. Oh well.
I thought her oldest daughter Brooklyn was like 10 or 11.
That's the one that tells her that she could be like, is like her conscience.
Right.
Okay. Well, she still has those little young ones, so I don't expect her to be like trying to make a shift in her dynamic like how Stephanie is and finding another purpose. Yeah.
But also we don't know what Brandy's passions are either, because we find out that Stephanie had a career in social work. So that was her passion before she got married. So we've never heard Brandy talk about what she did as a job beforehand.
Wasn't she a professional cheerleader? I thought she was like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
But you only do that for 5 years.
Yeah, but it was still a job, right?
I mean, a professional job.
For that.
I mean, when I say professional, I mean like what you decide to do for an actual career.
Right, but we're talking about Brandy. This is it. Sorry.
Be nice.
That was nice. That was very, very nice for Brandy. Hey Willow. Hey Grenade. Hey Marcia. Hi everybody. Okay, so I was excited about that. Those lockers looked amazing. The girls' side with the floor lighting was super nice. Because lighting is important. And then over in the boys' side, they look like professional lockers, like what you see at the NFL.
They did, though. They really did.
And you know what? For the first time, I'm not going to go hard on Travis. Even Travis was impressed. And Travis told her that, like, usually I dog him out. I won't do that this time. Good for you, Travis.
I'm just glad Stephanie told him, like, when you doubted me, you hurt my feelings. I mean, she wouldn't have done that in previous seasons. So she's speaking up for herself. He acknowledged, like, I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. And I also love the private jet. Hey.
right? It's funny
That's
like
what we
how
like
they,
to see.
but they're that you don't think of them as that couple either. Like, 'cause Stephanie's just so like you know what? This is all a little off topic. But you know what? I want to see Stephanie's closet. Now I'm
Haven't we been
interested.
in there?
I don't think so because it's just I wonder what she's hiding back there because
She was looking hella Beverly Hills though.
right.
Mm-hmm. I loved how she was dressed, even the mask. It kind of messed up her hair, but I didn't care. I loved it. The handbag, the shoes. She was looking uber chic. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And I'm very happy for her that she got her project completed and those kids are so happy. Me. Um, what's next? Oh, Tiffany's mom is coming over.
Hmm.
And Tiffany's worried that she is more, she's thought of by her parents, or specifically her mom, as more of an investment than she is as a daughter.
Right. And I felt bad for her when she said that because I was like, no, Tiffany, you're doing great. Like, any mother, any parent would be happy to, um, like have you as a daughter. But I think what is with Tiffany is like she still sees herself as her younger self, like as her
Mm-hmm.
child self, and her mom
Mm-hmm.
as you know her the mom when she was growing up. She hasn't seen like growth or change, and I think it's kind of in her head because her mom's reaction was interesting. I was expecting this whole like, no, don't you do that? Like, how dare you?
Sorry,
Blah blah blah. But
renovations.
right, but then her mom was like, you know what? Good.
Yeah, even the hardest nut can crack.
Right.
And I do agree with Tiffany. The immigrant experience is a whole different thing.
Hmm.
Um, they're not as lovey-dovey. Parents are always working, and they have certain expectation of their children to always want to do better than them because they don't want their children doing the shit jobs that they're doing, if that makes sense. They're
Yeah, I
making this
knew
whole sacrifice so that you could do better.
because I knew a fellow I worked with. He was a custodian, and we would talk, and um he was an engineer in his country,
Hmm.
and I was like, wow. I'm like, and you gave it all up to come here? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, I guess for those who are born and raised here, we just don't understand. When people are successful in their own country, why uproot your family and come here? Like, is it worth the risk? But we don't know what's going on in their lives or in their country, like on
Hmm.
the grassroots level, so we can't really understand. So I'm like, you know what, something must be going on there to make you leave and take the
Hmm.
risk to come here to try and do better. But it's a shame that degrees or experience and knowledge doesn't transfer from country to country due to the
Hmm.
different regulations and things of that nature.
Do you know how many people who were doctors,
Yeah.
lawyers, barristers, like all sorts of professionals in their home countries, and when they come here, they clean in toilets. But you know what? They do it.
Hmm.
They do it, and they do it very well, and they're very proud of what they're doing, and they know that they have their family to support, and that their children will do better. It's a
Yeah,
hard life.
I met quite a few, and their
Mhm.
stories are interesting. I'm like, okay, I get it. And then one guy, I would help him. This is another guy, another custodian. I would help him with his English and study for his test. While at night when
Aw.
we would work, he was like, Jamal, can I come ask you questions? I'm like, yeah, just come ask me. It's slow. Come, and we would like literally be at the desk and we would go over certain words. Like, well, no, this means this. You use this here. So yeah, he was working on some schooling
Mhm.
so he could go back to being an engineer once he was complete.
Aw. Aw. Look, it. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy when you leave everything that you know with few resources, few to no friends or family, and you just have to get it done with nothing.
Hmm.
You know,
And a
it's
whole lot of
hard.
faith. A whole
Yeah,
lot of faith.
yeah. So I kind of connected with her on that, and I was so happy that her mom approved of it. And then when she's tacked on, maybe you can ask for another day and then eventually not work at all. And Tiffany just not letting it go. Well, who's going to pay for your Porsche and who's going to pay for your handbag? And she said point blank, they don't matter. And they don't.
I wonder if her mother has lost friends due to the panorama, and that's
I
softened her a little
think,
bit.
you know what it is? I think being isolated probably
Hmm.
has softened her. And realizing that her child is out there on the front lines doing her job, sacrificing time with her family, um, I think it's given her a different perspective. And not being able to have her come over or have mom go over to Tiffany's house
Hmm.
whenever she feels like, is also probably weighing on her. And Tiffany is one of two children, right?
I think it's two.
It's two? They don't have a big family, it's just them. And she's probably getting older. And isn't the husband like immunocompromised or something?
Hmm.
I think she's had a lot of time sitting down at home alone or taking care of the husband, and she's had a lot of time to reevaluate her relationship with her daughter.
Agree. And watching Tiffany on this show, she does stick out, not for bad reasons, but she just sticks out. Like she makes me wish there was a Married to Medicine in Dallas
Where she
because
would be on it?
I wish she would. I think if they had Married to Medicine in Dallas, she would do way better because those other doctors would understand where she's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
she
get
wouldn't.
you.
Because to me, she feels so isolated from the other group because they don't understand her. Like I like Tiffany, but they can't relate to her. Like they
No.
just can't.
She is she has a bubbly personality, but her serious side sometimes overtakes it. And then the other girls are kind of like they just want to have fun. And just when she's getting into the fun, she's like, "Oh, I gotta go. I've got a 6 a.m. surgery tomorrow." And they're like, "What? 6 a.m.? Oh my God, I'm gonna be hungover." Like they can't relate. They can't
Like
relate.
if she were married, like a married, even just for say Marriott Madison Atlanta, I think she would thrive because you have other women
Mm,
who are in the same field as you and who are just as serious about their business as you are, and you can
yeah.
connect. And most of them are mothers as well, so you can connect with those type of people. Whereas when you're around a group of ladies who really don't work, I mean, it's hard to find a meeting space. It really is. So I think that's why I think that's part of her struggle with this season with this group.
But she is trying, bless her little heart.
Oh,
Like she
she put in all the work.
Yeah, she really, but it's hard for her because I don't think she knows how to go balls to the wall. Like she's
Mhm.
always had some sort of responsibility as a child. It was to excel at school, excel at figure skating, excel
Mhm.
in university, excel in residency. Like she's always had a purpose that was like for her profession. Now you telling her to excel at taking shots, it just doesn't compute.
Mhm.
But bless her little heart, she's been very entertaining this season.
Yeah.
Um, what did you think about the meeting with Deandra and her Mama D?
It was nice to see them talk it out, and they just have that mother-daughter relationship where it's gonna be fighting.
Can I ask
And
you
I
a
don't see the big
question
deal.
though? Can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
What? Were there any pictures of Deandra in that house? It just seemed like Mama D and some dogs.
I don't look at I need to take a look at the decor, but I didn't see any pictures of Deandra.
Hmm.
But I didn't understand the whole drama behind the name change. Like, you know what? Even if you did say it, own it, because it does afford you better opportunities. And Mama
Mm-hmm.
D is proud of her. Mama D said, like, I'm like, she's accomplished a lot. I'm very proud of her. But
No, but
but
Mama D said she was right to do it because it
yeah.
advantageous to have that last name.
What Mama D wanted her to do with Deandra, like, quit thinking, worry. What Mama D's trying to tell her, like, quit worry about what other people say, and sit
Mm-hmm.
in it. If you did it,
Mm-hmm. See, I was so confused. I thought, okay, so this money with the will, the dispute over a will and everything, I thought it was her stepfather.
oh no, this is her. This is her
I didn't realize
biological.
it was her real dad.
Hmm.
See, last night it brought a lot of things into to clearer vision for me because all this time I thought the will and everything was with the stepfather. Um, and now I see why this stepbrother is from her biological father,
Yeah, her
and that
half brother.
and that they were two
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 wills.
wills.
Right.
So she had one, and the half brother had the other one.
I assume, or they were both written, and one was more ironclad than the other one.
Mm.
And they kind of feel like, well, how dare you want to take everything when you basically denounce this man?
But she said, okay, so her mom and her biological father got divorced when she was like real young, when she was
Like four.
4. Okay. So she married the next husband, the Simmons, when she
Hmm.
was 6.
Right.
And so at 18, she decided to change her name to Simmons.
The
She
Callaway. It was Callaway. It was
was
Callaway
Calloway.
Simmons, and then later she dropped the Callaway.
Didn't she say something about how she made it Calloway Simmons? She got rid of her middle name, made
Mm.
Calloway her middle name
Right.
Simmons.
Hmm.
Um, it, the Simmons man was basically her father because she said that her biological father wasn't around. So this man
Hmm.
was who she thought was dad because he was there. In
Right.
order to change her name to Simmons, the man had to have agreed to it, right? You just
But
can't
yeah.
go and change a name like that, especially when
Right.
there's big money involved. So what's the big whoop?
That's what I was trying to figure out too. Like, Deandra, it's not that big of a deal. You understood, like, like the Simmons name could take you a long way. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way. You can say like you love this man and he made time for you. He made you a priority.
Uh-huh.
You can say that. That can be true. Saying the Simmons name can be advantageous in your future can also be true. Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what she's not understanding because she's worried about, like, well, other people say this and other people say that. Like, and what you tell those people, like, look, if you could have had the same opportunity, you would have done the same thing. And since you
Hmm.
didn't, you are jealous, and then you keep it moving.
You know what? She needs to adopt that saying that her mom has. I don't give a rip.
Right.
She needs to adopt that where
Because,
everyone else is
cause,
concerned.
right, because people just talk about Mama D like a dog.
Hmm. And she
Like
just
she's
keep
a
it
gold.
moving.
Just keeps it moving.
Keep it moving. I got the money. Call me gold digger all you want. I
Right.
control all the trusts. There you go.
Exactly.
Um, and just because she changed her name doesn't mean that her biological father will want to leave her out of anything. Like that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
equate. He could have felt guilty and said, "Well, damn, I was never there for this child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hooker up now."
I think what the big deal is probably she probably got everything in the state and gave them nothing. That probably be a bone of contention as well.
Gave them nothing. That's
Because he
not
probably
fair.
out of guilt, he probably left Deandra everything. And then later on, probably made a second will where it's more equitable amongst the parties. But maybe that first will was more ironclad legal than that second will.
But I thought that they always use the last will and testament that's been
No,
filed with the court.
nope. It's whatever
No?
signed. Mm-mm.
So the second will wasn't signed. So the will that the half brother had wasn't signed.
It must not have been signed
Oh well, then that's not a will at all.
because either the second will wasn't signed or wasn't filed. It has to be one of the two
Mm-hmm.
for them to go with the first will. Because you're right, they normally go with the last will that's on file.
Yeah, that's been certified.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, that's messy.
Right.
You
And
think
that's what
maybe they
happened.
was trying to get like a deathbed signature?
Maybe. You never know. But if Deandra got everything and gave them nothing, I think that's wrong. This is my opinion.
See, folks, that's when you doing a last will and testament, and like you have a kid now. Always put down in there, the existing children and any unborn children that I may have in future years. Always look out for those unborn kids because people don't go and update their wills as they get more children. But if you put in that verbiage and you have to talk to your attorney about it, that will cover any unborn future children. You'll be good. That's where, what's her name? The lady that died at the Hard Rock. Blonde hair, guest model, died of an overdose, had a baby,
Oh.
Danny Lynn.
Oh.
Frig. Remember, she was living in the Bahamas with the attorney. She had the baby, and the photographer was the biological father, but she said no, it wasn't. The biological father was my attorney. What the hell is her name? Anna Marie Smith. No,
Anna Nicole, you mean?
Anna Nicole Smith. There you go. Yeah, because Danny Lynn was not included in any of her final documents. It was only the older boy who had passed away previously.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how you got to word it.
Yeah.
I need to do a will even though I have nothing. It's wise. Yep. You make sure that you tell people where your nothing should go. Don't leave it up to your cousin TT saying, well, she told me I was supposed to get those shoes. Nope. Make it very, very clear. Even if you have nothing, you have something that other people want.
Or you may have something that you didn't know other people wanted.
Always be very careful. Okay, and that's the legal portion of the show today. Back to the mess. Okay. I thought this was the most useless scene ever. Carrie talking with her daughters.
Next.
Not interested at all.
Next.
Okay, so it's luau day. You gotta love it when your husband's family owns a hotel. They put an entire floor out of order.
Loved it.
Perfect. Love it. It's hard to do, especially in a big hotel, but we're not in normal times. But if this was normal times, that would be next to impossible to do. I'm just going to say that outright right now. All right, so she's taken over the pool deck of the hotel. She's hired a party planner. She's got her makeup artist. The girls are on the way. It's a luau night. She did it right. Bless her heart.
Exactly. Yeah, she learned and she did a great job.
When you have the money, you just pay other people to do your crap.
Mm-hmm.
She had nice little touches that I know she didn't think of. But yeah, it's a beautiful scene. She has entertainment. First, the girls get to learn how to do the hula, and Cameron, for some reason, thinks that she's good at it.
Poor thing.
God, whatever. And then the fire dancer comes out. He was amazing.
He did a great job not burning down her hotel.
You mean that AstroTurf? Yeah.
Right? Probably
Yeah,
fireproof
it
before.
is. It is. One of my previous properties, we redid an entire we dug up an actual lawn
Mm.
and put down AstroTurf and forgot that it becomes 500 degrees during the day and it burns people's feet.
Oh, wow.
No more daytime weddings over there. But yeah, I digress. Anywho, it looks pretty. So yeah, she has food stations with no crickets. She's got an amazing specialty drink going on that all the ladies are loving. Carrie brought that Bojangles looking infused pineapple in the Ziploc bag that couldn't ziplock, and you're just like, oh, that doesn't look sanitary. But it was a gift.
They said it looked good. They said it was good though, which
I
made
don't
me want to try it.
care. It did not, like, the presentation alone did not appeal to me. The way how she was slinging it all over the car. I just don't like Carrie. Then they sit down to dinner and they bring up the issue with Brandy and Deandra, and I didn't realize that Brandy was questioning her Christianity, but that's how
Yep,
Deandra took it.
she was.
Anyway,
And
I just thought that.
Deandra, sorry.
No.
I
Go
was like,
ahead.
Deandra could ate her up way more than she did.
Oh,
If it was me, I'd have ripped Brandy to shreds. When I got done with her, she'd have been crying when I
when
got done with
she brought out that little charm,
her. Right.
Brandy does not have a leg to stand on with her self-righteous nonsense. She
Exactly.
just doesn't. But anyway, the ladies ate what little. I don't think these ladies really eat food. I just don't. Jennifer was there. Is Jennifer right?
Jen, yeah.
Jen was there talking about how she's going to get her cootie cat trimmed. We didn't need to know that.
No.
But it was good that Tiffany could tell her the medical name
Right.
for that procedure. And it's also good to know that Stephanie knows what Astroglide is used for.
It's just like, okay, Stephanie. I'm like, alrighty then.
And then Carrie comes up with the 9 commandments. Like, how much of that flicking pineapple did she have before she got there?
Exactly.
It was a cute little party. I'm happy for Tiffany, and she finally got it. She's like, these bitches can do whatever the hell they want because I don't have to clean it up afterwards, and it's not in my house. You got it, girl. You got it. Any other comments? Did we miss anything?
No, we got everything because the first half was kind of like it was a rehash. So once you got to the second half, like there was some good bits. So I think we hit everything.
Okay, cool. So guys, let us know what you think about this episode. If you watched it, I don't know. I think a lot of people are dozing off on this franchise, but we'll keep trying. This was The Real Housewives of Dallas, season 5, episode 11, Mommy Dearests. Again, if that's not the right show title, don't kill me. If I figure out if it's different, I'll fix it later. Anything else you want to talk about today? That's it. Okay, guys, hit that thumbs up because we asked you to. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. We need more people to come in and talk to us because we need friends. Isn't that right, Jamal?
Friends are always good.
All right, guys, until next time. Bye.